All right, everyone, I want to do a quick video now and open the floor for discussion on the video series I put out, Nimrod, the Return of the Antichrist. If you're having a problem finding all of the videos in sequence, go to my website, trumpetofgodministries.com, and the very last tab, it says Watch Now. Click on the link, and it will take you to the entire series. It'll be a little easier than trying to find them on YouTube. But if you haven't seen the entire series, just wait, watch it all, and take your time, and then I'll leave this up, and feel free to comment in the comment section. Now, once again, it was not my intent to upset anyone of any denomination, and, you know, we did step on the toes of the Vatican and the Catholic Church, and to all watching and viewing this, if you are of the Catholic faith, don't follow me. Don't follow any man. Go get in Scripture, get deep in the Word, and be in prayer about it, and just see what is going on within the Catholic denomination, and does it line up with Scripture. And a few other things I want to add. You know, the Pope, he sits on a golden throne, and he is, again, is referred to as the Holy Father. And when praying to those that have passed on, whether they are dead saints, disciples, or Mary, what does Scripture tell us about having conversations with the dead? It's just I want the entire world of those that are still in religion, for this to be an educational experience and your eyes to be opened. We're coming up real quick on what Christians today and people around the world refer to as Easter, where young kids, they hide Easter eggs and color Easter eggs with the children and have candy. But we have to go back to the story that I just presented, the series, Nimrod. Now, Nimrod's wife was Semiramis, but she was also known as Ishtar, the goddess of fertility. And the real story behind Easter is they would have sweets, and they would entice children with the sweets, and then they would sacrifice them on an altar where they had eggs underneath the altar, and when the children were sacrificed, the blood ran and colored the eggs, and it was an offering up to Ishtar, Semiramis, the goddess of fertility. And throughout the series, watch it in its entirety, you'll see that Semiramis gave birth, allegedly a virgin, by the rays of the sun, and her husband Nimrod was now worshipped as the sun god, and Nimrod came back as Nimrod reincarnate, and the birthday was December 25th. And then going back to the Catholic faith again, they have a midnight mass on on Christmas Eve in celebration of this. Once again, touching back on Obama, again, don't follow me. Don't follow any man. Do your own research on this. As far to my research and belief, I don't believe he is the Antichrist. And I've watched the series up to now. I've told you and I've explained why. Now, I want to make one thing clear. I'm not saying that John Paul II will be resurrected from the dead, and that he will have the blood of the DNA of Nimrod. He seems more likely a candidate than Barack H. Obama to me. I just don't see Barack Obama fitting any of the attributes of the Antichrist. And for another reason, as I've explained already, he's a yes man. He's a puppet. He does what he's told. He's controlled by the people that really run the United States of America. Look up the Act of 1871. The elite, the secret meetings with the Bilderberg Group, the Rothschilds, the Trilateral Commission. The president is just a front man, and I just don't see Barack Obama as being the Antichrist. But then again, don't follow me because I may be wrong. Do your own research and with your heart go to your Father. One last thing, because I'm looking at Rome, I think Rome and the Vatican is going to play a very important part in end-time Bible prophecy. All roads lead back to Rome, and that is my true belief. We've got the prophecies, the Saint Malachi, the last pope, and he's predicted pretty accurate right up until Pope Benedict the 16th, the glory of the olive. The last pope being Petrus Romanus, and this is all playing out right now. And I want to remind everyone, when I'm looking, and it's not to upset anyone of the Catholic denomination, but I just want you to use this as a resource, and I just want, hopefully, to open your eyes and just to open your heart to consider the things that I'm telling you when we're looking at even Sunday worship. Now, Protestants all over the world, whether you're Baptist, whether you're Pentecostal, whether you're Lutheran, whether you're United Methodist, it doesn't matter. Everyone has Sunday worship. Now, I did an article on this and a lot of research a few years back. And I'm going to see if I can find that and do a video on this, where it was, I believe, a bishop, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, that came out and said, and going back to Constantine, changing the Sabbath worship to Sunday. It was all had to do with the tax, so he could get another work day out of the people. He abolished Saturday worship. Saturday, recognizing Saturday as a Sabbath and worshiping God on Saturday. And he allowed them Sunday instead if they weren't out working the fields. And so Rome picked this up, and the Vatican and the Catholic Church. And this bishop is talking about, we sit back here, us of the Catholic faith, and we look at the Protestants, the Lutheran, the Methodists, the Baptists, the Pentecostal, and all these years that have gone by, that they are observing Sunday worship when it is us. We did it. We changed the Sabbath. Just something to think about, because we're all guilty. We're all walking in and we don't even think much about the Sabbath on a Saturday, and we are Sunday worship. And this is me. I will worship Yahweh every day of the week. I can remember, we are the body, we are the church, not that building, not that assembly hall. But I just find it very difficult, knowing what I know, to walk into an assembly of organized religion on a Sunday. It's just very difficult for me, but that's just me. One last thing on the Vatican. Let me see if I can pull this up in Rome, because I believe Rome and the Vatican is going to play a very important part in the final days that are right upon us now. This is where an Easter, ISTAR Mass had taken place, and the Pope is invoking Satan. Again, I just want you to understand, I believe Rome and the Vatican, where we got to keep our eye on Israel and Rome and the Vatican.
Motuatitamen luminis detrimenta non novi. Aliture in liquantibus celis, quasi in substantiam preciose oius lampadis, apis mater reduxi. O vere beata nos, in quater regnis celestia, humanis divina iunguntur. Oramus ergo te, Domine, Ut cereus iste in honorem tui nominis consecratus, ad noctis uius caliginem destruendam, in deficiens persevere, et in odorem suavitatis acceptus, supernis luminaribus misceatur, flammas eius, Lucifer matutinus inveniat, ille in quam Lucifer qui nescit occasum, Christus filius tuus, Christus filius tuus.
That's where I'm going to end this. The floor is open now for discussion in all organized religion. We are the church. We are the body. Yeshua, Jesus, is the head. He is the Messiah. And he's coming back. But so is Nimrod. Organized religion and Sunday worship. I just hope this has been educational for you. The floor is open for discussion. And you see right here, at an Easter Mass, ISTAR, the Vatican, the Catholic Church, the Pope, the bishops invoke Lucifer. Leave me your comments, everyone. Let's have an open discussion.